The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the October 6th, the magnificent Monday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there's having a great day. And let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Now, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift from every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I do want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But even more important than that, and that's this. During this next 53 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to send me an email. Send it off to steve@tfnn.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question. Of course, if you're inside our Tiger's Den, well, then any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started. This Monday, of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Well, we begin our day with a bit of mixed bag here. That mix is really coming from the Dow, which is trading down 68 points. The other U.S. indices are trading to the upside. You've got gold that's up $71. That's nearly a 2% move there. 56 cents for silver, trading out of 48.53. Lights recruit up 42 pennies. Natural gas up 3 cents out there as well. If you take a look at my TD9 columns out here, and you study the weekly ones. It's W-TD. It's hard to make out the 9. Take a look, and you're really looking for 8s and 9s and stars out there. Look at all of them. Dow, S&P, NASDAQ 100, Russell 2000. So the ones that have 9s have already got a confirmed TD9 count top. That's the star is letting us know that, and the reason why it's got bar number 9 today is because it's the bar following bar number 9 that is completing today. So the S&P Cash Index and the NASDAQ for its daily time frame, not today, on Friday, will have completed TD9 count tops. In the case of the Dow and the Russell, they still have to close above the close of bar number 5 to pull off TD9 counts, and that's most likely an outcome. The same thing with regard to the semiconductor index. If you take a look at the XAU, we talked about that last week. It's going to complete a TD9 count, weekly TD9 count top on Friday. We've got, what else do I have out here in the weekly time frame? So you got the SPYs, the Qs, the Diamonds, and the Russell, obviously all following along the ES Mini and the Russell 2000 there. Now, I've got Netflix up on my screen as well right now. That went ahead and TD9 count bottom pattern today. Now, this also, what this did on Thursday, on Thursday of last week, it completed a buy the D point bottom pattern. It did that by generating a bullish hammer candle that confirmed the 1-to-1 A to B equals C pattern that it had formed out there. And it did this at breakout support, 1151.87. Volume on that hammer candle session from Thursday was, it's weird, was 4.6 million shares. So far today, in a little less than 2 hours of trading, we've done 500,000 shares. So you're moving into that hammer candle with light volume. So this is a buy on the daily time frame. Now, what should result out of this is a rally up towards this oscillator and change line. Don't know if we'll get above that. 1185.10 is the number. If we do, though, then price should make its way up to the 1227.79 area, the TD9 count breakdown resistance level. The weekly time frame does not have a top per se out here, just a consolidation with inside its profile out there. So no bottom signal there. We did have price test a swing point last week. It tested, the swing point was August 8th. Now there were about 14.7 million shares. Last week that was tested and rejected with 19 million shares. That said that we should be down to test that level again. That level is 1144.71. So far the low of today has been 11.45.45. The monthly chart Does not have a topping pattern either. Price is just simply pulled back in its testing. So far, it's green oscillator and change line. We're just below that. It being 1161.31. We're at 11. Oh, I take that back. We're just below it. We're at 1151, $10 below that level out there. We had a TD9 count top on the 30-minute time frame chart out there. That's led to just a sideways consolidation, if you will, and a test of profile support as we were coming into the 11 o'clock open out there. So Netflix does have a daily bottom for those of you that are looking to take a long trade there. Let's spend a little bit of time. Let's take a look at the daily equity future contracts just to get an update there. Here, what we're going to see is all four, I believe, are trading above the top of their daily profiles. They most certainly are. The ES Mini needs a bearish reversal candle to confirm a Rhodes momentum indicator top. The NQ actually completed that pattern on Friday. However, that pattern is under attack. A close above Friday's high, which is at 25,196.50, will negate that signal. We're at 25,166 right now. Its current message is neutral because price remains above the top of its profile and its green oscillator and change line. So when you're above resistance and you have a topping signal, I switch that signal to a neutral meaning out there. In the case of the Dow Equity Future contract, closed above, first it negated its wave number 7 top, closed above the top of its profile, trading above that and its oscillator and change line out there. So even though it's trading lower out there, it still remains bullish. And on the Russell 2000, we closed above profile resistance on Friday. We closed above its oscillator and change line. We have those same conditions, so it wants to rally further. That's what's going on with regard to the daily equity future contracts. Let's take a quick peek at what's going on intraday out here. Give me a moment just to simply shut that down. Just free up some resources. Now we go to the intraday charts out here. We've got the NQ. That's what's going to pop up on our screen out there. You'll see a 30-minute TD9 count top. That, in essence, and a 15-minute TD9 count top, that, in essence, is the levels that I would be watching. Today, if we close above, the high is going to be the same 8:30 this morning, 25,241.50. That's going to signal a further rally to come. Now, on its move to the downside, the TD9 count top for the 15-minute time frame found support at its breakout level, so no damage done there. You've got a Rhodes momentum indicator top on the 2-hour time frame chart. Price is trading with inside its profile there. Again, to the upside, I'd be watching that TD9 count top from the 30-minute time frame. To the downside, what would we be watching? I would have to say we'd be watching first 25,124, second 25,078 out there, and I'd say below that probably 24,916 and 24,969. Those would be the levels that I'd be watching. That's on the NQ. The ES mini charts are likely to be different out here. Let's go ahead and pull those up on our screen. It's going to take about 10, 15 seconds to populate, but once they do, then we'll have our numbers there to be watching to the upside and to the downside. I think it's not a 30-minute chart, so it doesn't have the same patterns out there. What I'd have to say is it is more likely than really the 5-hour time frame chart. And the level that I'd be watching there is going to be this high, this on the ES Mini, 67.8750. If we close above that, well, you should expect the rally to continue. I'm not saying the rally's not going to continue, by the way. I'm just giving you another number to look at intraday, that if price starts trading above that, then it's going to be in a more bullish mode, if you will. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the Opening Call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Let's get a different feel for what the markets are doing and the message of the markets for the daily time frame specifically. And here I've got the 4 different daily time frame charts I use to track the S&P 500. We've got the actual cash indice on the left. We've got the equity future contract. We've got the ETF, the SPY, and then which is a weighted ETF, and then we've got the non-weighted ETF out there. So let's start with the non-weighted ETF. That's the RSP out there. And on Friday, this formed a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top when it generated that bearish shooting star candle. We are in wave number 7. That would be confirmed today if we don't see a tick above last Friday's high at 192.30 out there. Now, what price should do here is pull back to that green oscillator and change on at 190.55. If it gets below that, the next area of support would be 188.65. There is no topping pattern on the SPY, the ES Mini, or the S&P Cash Index out there. If those start to generate topping signals and the RSP maintains its existing topping pattern or maybe forms a new one, then I would say we've got something to be concerned with. Of course, we'd be watching profile levels as price moves lower out there. But at this stage here, we've got the first alarm of a 4-alarm fire out there. The other 3 not being pulled just yet. We'd be waiting for a bearish reversal candle in order to do that. If we take a look at what's going on inside the NDX 100 market, we've got the NQ out there. That's what shows up first. This did, as I mentioned earlier, formed a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top on Friday. That will be negated with a close above 196.50 out there. Its overall signal is neutral. There is no topping signal on the NDX 100 cash indice, nor on the QQQs, nor on the equal weighted ETF. We are in bar number 6. For each of these instruments out there. Perhaps it's going to be a TD9 count top that would form or could form between Wednesday and Friday of this week out there. The NQ, the NDX cash, the Qs, all could use a bearish reversal candle to confirm a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. We do not have that pattern on the equal weighted ETF out there. So it does have a bearish reversal candle would form a sell the D point top, but short of that, looks like this may go on to form a TD9 count top. The earliest would be Wednesday, latest would be Friday on that. If we take a look at what's going on inside the Dow complex out there, Dow equity future contract, again, trading above negated. It's wave number 7 top on Friday, trading above profile and oscillator change line resistance. It is bullish, needs a bearish reversal candle to confirm a top, as does the Dow Jones Cash Indice, as does the Dow Diamonds. Now, the equal weighted ETF for the Dow on Friday went ahead and confirmed a Rhodes momentum indicator top. Right now, what's being tested is its green oscillator and change line. We're printing at 40.12. The oscillator and change line is at 40.13. A close below 40.13, not 40.12, but a close below 40.13, reasonable close below that, then should start to get some traction to the downside. But what you're waiting for here inside the Dow is a confirmation of a top, and that would be with regard to the bearish reversal candles that could then form Rhodes momentum indicator tops out there. And not to leave the Russell 2000 out, it's just I don't have an equal weighted ETF for the Russell 2000 out there. If we take a look at the Russell 2000 on Friday, it just regenerated a Rhodes momentum indicator top. There was one already in place from September 23rd. We had a little bit higher high and a bearish shooting star candle that formed on October 3rd, but there was also a gap to the upside. And if we fill in that gap, maybe that's really not a bearish shooting star candle. Nonetheless, certainly if we close above, one thing I can guarantee, if we close above the high from the 23rd, 24.8880, it negates that pattern. And so right now we're at 25.01, and most certainly if we trade above Friday's high out there, which was 24.9740, then the same thing can be said. Now on a weekly time frame, no topping pattern out there. We need a bearish reversal candle to confirm a Rhodes momentum indicator top, and the IWM the same thing out there. So no tops there, but we do have not the four tops, but we do have two tops out there that you want to pay attention to. That is coming from the RSP and the QQE. I'm sorry, the RSP and the EDOW out there. So that's what's going on with those instruments. Let's take a quick peek here on the metals marketplace. We've got gold that's in the upper left-hand side. We're going to take a look at that a little bit further momentarily. But first, let's take a look at gold, silver, and daily. We got the daily charts up top. On the bottom, we've got the weekly charts. So on the daily time frame chart, you see we completed a T9 count top on Friday. The market doesn't care. We're in a phase transition. This thing just wants to continue to move higher out there. Close today above 39.2330 negates that signal for the daily time frame. The weekly is in bar number 8. Now that says you could get a TD9 count top between this week and the next two. That's the same message for the weekly time frame chart for silver. The GDX will go ahead and complete a weekly TD9 count top this week. It already completed a daily TD9 count top. It did that last Thursday. That pattern looks like that will be negated. It just simply needs a close above 78.32 out there. So you're going to negate the top on the daily time frame for gold. You're going to looks like you're going to do the same thing for the GDX. And with regard to a top, we're just going to have to come back to the following Monday out there to see if the GDX on a weekly basis ends up just simply negating that TD9 count top and continues its motor on higher. Now, if we take a look at, we had a request from Mr. Z inside the Tigers Den to actually take a look at gold for its daily, its weekly, and its 2-hour time frame out there. So let me get these charts up on our screen, see what additional information, if anything, I can provide to you. On this set of charts here, we ought to see the daily cadence out there. And if you take a look at gold for its daily time frame, let's just simply open up this chart out here. What we're going to see is all retracements have been anywhere from 2 to 4 bar knee-jerk reaction lows out there. Last one we had was a one-hit wonder, and that was back on Thursday of last week out there. So for a daily time frame, strong like a bull out there, and that ain't no bull. On the weekly time frame, also strong like a bull out here. Again, you've got that potential for a TD9 count top. Last time we had any kind of intermediate term top for gold, it was a TD9 count topping signal that took place on April 25th. And then what we had a two-week knee-jerk, in essence, reaction low, and we rally higher. We make one more week to the downside before gold takes off to the upside. On the monthly time frame, although Mr. Z didn't talk about this last month, we negated a TD9 count top out there. That suggests it wants higher price. What John also wanted to look at was the 2-hour time frame chart. So let's pull over the 2-hour time frame chart, and what do we see out here? We see A, B, C, D, E. We are in bar number 8 on the 2-hour time frame. That's where we're at. So this 2-hour time frame chart, let me get my cursor out here. That wasn't it. The cursor go. Oh, shoot. Sorry about that. Let me get my act together here. Now we're talking. Okay, so this bar here is going to complete at 12 noon. So what this says, John, is that if at 2 p.m. price closes above, this is gold, December gold contract, closes above 39.6650, you will then have a 2-hour TD9 count top. Now, that would be at 2 p.m. and at 4 p.m. that pattern would complete. If price closes below the level that I gave to you, and that was at 39.6650 at 2 p.m., you will not have any kind of TD9 count topping pattern for the 2-hour time frame. So you're going to have to be patient and wait for the time to see if that plays out. Hopefully that gave you the information that you were looking for. Let's go take a look at Pro Bowlers Association, PBA. This is for Fletch inside the Tigers Den. Actually, I don't know what PBA stands for, but that's what it stands for in my mind. If we take a look at it, what do we have here? We have a negated TD9 count topping pattern. That took place on a Friday. So the daily time frame says, I want to move higher. The weekly time frame doesn't have a problem with that, but it just triggered bar number 8 of a TD9 count. It says you could get a weekly intermediate term topping pattern between this week and the next two. The monthly chart is running up into resistance. That's at 42.57. The actual high so far for the month, which is really taking place today, is at 42.40. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Trader's Edge is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, folks. We were looking at PBA before we went off line there for that break. And so on a monthly time frame, Fletch, you've got PBA trading into a swing point from November 2024 that had volume of 21 million shares. Now, it's only the 6th, and we are at 11 million, nearly 12 million shares. So you're pushing into that swing point with volume. You've got that 42.57 number. That's where the sellers are at, top of the profile to deal with. The price can get through that. You'll get to that high that we just spoke about. Again, the only real issue out here is the potential for a TD9 count topping pattern. But since the daily negated its own last week out there, odds would favor that price would move higher out here. So that's what I see with regard to PBA, but no top, or at least no top as of just yet. Dan wants to take a look at ticker symbol GEVO, and that is the Pembina Pipeline Corp. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Dan wants to take a look at GEVO. GEVO is a ticker symbol. Now, on a daily time frame, this has an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. Its initial price projection on that pattern would get you up towards about the 260 level, 258 or so. There's a Rhodes momentum indicator top with a close today above 226. That pattern gets negated. We're at 233 right now. So I'd watch that. If we do that, then we should be on our way up towards that TD9, I'm sorry, the A to B equals CD price projection level out there. The weekly time frame, we are trading above TD9 count breakdown resistance at 217. So that's a bullish signal. And my monthly chart out here, for whatever reason, is all trashed up. So can't really help you out there, Dan. But the daily time frame is looking good. Volume-wise, that shooting star candle that formed a Rhodes momentum indicator top had 11 million shares. Today, so far, we are at 4.2 million. With 2 hours of trading, so we're pushing that swing point with volume. So a close above that, you should be off to the races to the upside. Today will become bar number 4 to the upside. You should be getting ready for at least a 2-day retracement that starts to take place. Maybe it's tomorrow, maybe it's not till Wednesday or Thursday out there. But just simply from the cadence standpoint, that is a likely outcome. GTE writes in, would like to take a look at XPEV out here. Let's pull that set of charts up on our screen. XPEV trading out at 23.77. It does have a Rhodes momentum indicator top that formed on Friday when price gapped to the downside. Now that window or that gap is being filled out there. Price is just consolidating with inside his profile. It has resistance at 23.97 and support at 22.21. The weekly time frame, we are trading above profile resistance at 22.70 and a green oscillator change line. Those are conditions that suggest that we should rally further out there. The swing point, that's not really the swing point on a daily time frame, is the trading session of August the 26th. 12.6 million shares that day. Today we're up with 3.8 million shares, so you're moving into that swing point with lighter volume. Right now you just got to watch that profile resistance at that 23.87 level for the daily time frame. The monthly chart looks good. Again, the weekly chart looks good for XPEV. GT also likes to take a look at the Hang Seng out there, so let's pull those sets of charts up here on our screen. The Hang Seng has a wave number 7 top. Let me just make sure. Yeah. So we got a wave number 7 top, and prices pulled back, and so far has tested and rejected GTE, that green oscillator and change line. There's a potential that this thing bottomed last night out there. Now, if we begin trading below 26,951, that would not be the case. And if we close below 26,951, we are headed lower, a further retracement. Now, yesterday happened to be bar number 2 of a retracement to the downside. If we open up its daily time frame chart and take a look at its cadence, also a 2 to 4 bar knee-jerk reaction low. So it is very possible that it formed a bottom last night. If not, I would expect it to do so by the end of Tuesday. On a weekly time frame, the weekly time frame negated a Rhodes momentum indicator top last week. We're trading above profile resistance out. We're trading above screen oscillator and change line, it is likely to rally. Your question is, or should be, rally into where? And that's where the monthly time frame chart comes into play out here. On the monthly time frame chart, as I open this up, you'll notice that descending trend line. I would add that to your set of charts out there, GTE. Also, what you can add to the set of charts that we are in bar number 9 right now of TD9 count. The likely outcome of this confirming a TD9 count is, it's not 100%, but it's like 99.9% out there. Again, that pattern will complete next Friday, but you will, looks like, get a confirmed top this Friday out there for the Hang Seng. So what I'd be watching for here, as I'd be watching for support to fail on the daily time frame, that would kind of suggest that the monthly TD9 count top might be in, or a new bearish reversal candle on the weekly time frame, and certainly a closed below screen oscillator and change line. But no top yet for the daily, no top yet for the weekly. It's just that monthly that you are going to eventually be concerned about. So I hope that helps you out there. You also had a request to take a look at DBC. Let's pull up DBC, see what this is trading out at. Should be right here. Yeah. Oh, I got the wrong one. How did I do that? Okay. Well, it doesn't matter how I did it. I did it. So let's go take a look at, well, no, this isn't it. Must be right here. Give me one more moment. No. Stevie just totally screwed up. Well, I'm going to do this right here. Let's put up DBC right now. Let's get those charts up on our screen, see what they are doing. It's going to take just a moment here to populate. DBC is trading out at, come on, charts. What the heck is going on here? Well, I hope everybody did have a nice weekend. Certainly great sports out there. Great baseball, I thought. Tonight's game should be interesting. What's L.A. and who's L.A. playing? God, I should know. In any event, let's get to DBC. DBC, more likely than not, GTE is going to rally up towards 22.89. The reason that we say that is the daily time frame shows us that prices trade above the center, the Phillies, thank you, that is traded above the center of its bullish structured profile. That was at 22.57. It's traded above its green oscillator and change line. Those are conditions that should lead to a rally, that rally being the top of its profile, 22.89. On a weekly time frame, price remains above profile resistance and its green oscillator and change line. That encourages that daily rally, and the weekly is just a consolidation with inside of profiles out there. So that's what I see on those three instruments. 3 or 4 that we looked at for you. Hope that helps you out. And as always, thanks for your request. Vic writes in, and Vic would like to take a LEU. So let's get that up on our screen out here. LEU, trading out of 352.24 or thereabouts. The monthly time frame chart is very bullish out there. No topping pattern that is in play. No topping pattern for the weekly time frame. In fact, it has triggered an A to B equals CD pattern on the upside. Was it confirmed with volume? Well, the swing point has volume of 7.8 million shares. It was passed with 9.9 million shares. So the answer is yes. You've got an A to B equals CD pattern on the upside. Let's just copy. See if we get this in here quickly enough. Can we paste it? Copy, paste it. Let's move it. You're going to get an initial 1-to-1 price projection of approximately 375.62. I think this will do more than a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD pattern. Vic, when we come back from this break, we'll take a look at that.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direction. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direction.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. We're looking at ticker symbol LEU. This for Vic. His question is basically where's this headed to? Now, on the intermediate term time frame, I gave that 375, 60-ish level. That's the 1-1 A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. We can see that prices trade along the left-hand side of that C to D leg. This is an indication that we should do more than a 1-to-1 move. Looks like that retracement is about a 0.382 retracement, certainly less than a 0.618 retracement. That adds the idea of doing more than a 1-to-1 move. The monthly chart is also suggesting the same. Now, the daily chart could form wave number 7 today. So you could be getting ready for a 2 to 4 day pullback out there. The pullback should take us towards 328.04, and below that would be about the 312.54 level out there. So shorter term, you might be getting ready for a couple of day, 2 to 4 day pullback out there. But intermediate and longer term, this does want to move higher out there. At least that's what the weekly and the monthly charts are communicating to you and I at 11:43 in the morning on October the 6th. Joe wants to look at Tesla. His question is really more short term out there. Well, Tesla, let's give you the daily time frame. Daily time frame right now is a Rhodes momentum indicator top with price finding support at the bottom of its profile. Now, it's got a new profile that formed on Friday. Let me give that to you. 427.41 is support. 454.50 is resistance out there. So we just got a consolidation with inside that profile. Friday found support at the bottom of that profile. Right now, we got prices testing this green oscillator and change line, Joe. If price can close above, move above 448.45, then we ought to see a move up to the 454.50 level. The weekly time frame chart will complete a TD9 count top this week. The last time that we had a serious top or significant top inside of Tesla, well, it was not the TD9 count pattern. It was a TD9 count pattern that formed was bar number 7. That was the high out there. That did not qualify. Instead, it was a sell the D point top that had formed. We happen to have another A to B equals CD pattern that's in place right now, and a bearish reversal candle, which did form on Friday, would in fact confirm a sell the D point top. So let's take a look at that for its weekly time frame. Let me just make sure that. So let's copy and paste here. Go back. Yeah, so you did. You got a TD9 count top. That's going to complete this week. But on Friday, you also got a sell the D point top. So Rhodes momentum indicator top on the daily. Support holding 427.41. If 427.41 fails, we ought to see a move back towards 394. That's the weekly oscillator and change line. The monthly time frame, no problem there. So it's just a daily and the weekly out there. So you got to watch that profile support level there, Joe, because it closed below 427.41 ought to get us to that 394-ish area out there. That's what we see when we take a look at Tesla. Hope that helps you out. ELO wants to look at ticker symbol KOPN. So let's pull that up on our screen. KOPN right now is trading at $3.48. It's got a weekly, it's got an A to B equals CD pattern. I'm showing it on the weekly time frame, and you can see that we have attained the one-to-one price level. Does that mean it's a sell? Absolutely, positively not. What you'd be waiting for is a bearish reversal candle. Well, if we take a look at today's candle, it was a gap to the upside, wide-ranging bar, most certainly not a bearish reversal candle. We do have a wave 7 signal that has been triggered out there. That needs a lower high to confirm that top. This should continue to move higher, and should continue to move higher. You want to watch ELO. You want to watch that wave number 7 top. That requires a lower high. If we get that, then price should pull back to test support. Support would be the oscillator and change line, which is right now below the top of its daily profile. That's at the 282 level out there. So what I'd go with is that's where price should pull back when it gives us a confirming top. We don't have that as we speak right now. We certainly don't have that for the weekly, nor do we have that for the monthly. And what you like about the monthly right now is the fact that it is taking on profile resistance at 329, and the monthly close above that would be a very bullish signal as well. So that's what I see when we take the COPN, C-O-P-N, for ELO inside the Tiger's Den. ELO, I hope that helps you out. Nitram wants to take the IOVA. So let's pull those charts up on our screen out here. IOVA is trading out at $2.23. So let's start with the monthly chart. Monthly chart has an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. That was generated a buy the D point bottom pattern. It does it in July of 2025. It makes that low the key low to be paying attention to, $1.67. If you were to close below that, you're headed lower. So it's got a buy the D point bottom, but price has been unable to rally above that oscillator and change line. That is your significant area of resistance. Right now, that is only at the we're actually trading above it as we speak right now, which is at $2.13. We're at $2.23. So keep your eye on that because that's a little short-term positive. The weekly time frame chart shows that we're trading pretty much with inside its profile. We did close above profile last week. That was at 227. We're 223 right now. If we do close above 227, you would have a bullish profile change in trend for the weekly time frame. Now, to the daily. The daily time frame chart shows what? Was this a Gartley buy pattern? So an A to B equals C. I don't know if this completed it. It did. No, it didn't. It didn't. I'm not even gonna draw that in. So what do I have out here right now on a daily time frame for IOVA Nitram? Price found we are just simply trading with inside its daily profile, and that runs from the range of 207 at support to resistance, which is found on both Friday and this morning at 235. So just a good old-fashioned consolidation on the daily time frame. I would say if you can close about 246, that's a daily TD9 count breakdown level. That monthly chart's going to start looking really, really nice out there. So you definitely got a bottom on the monthly time frame chart. I'd have to say we've got that same signal on the weekly time frame chart as well. If we've got it on monthly, we'll most certainly have it on the weekly out there. That's what I see with regard to IOVA. You also wanted to look at the SOX. You wanted to look at the short version of the SOX out here. I'll go ahead and put those screens up. I'll put that set of charts up on my screen out here. That'll populate momentarily, or it should. There you go, SOXX. And if you take a look at this, you're going to see no bottom signal for its daily time frame, bar number 5 to the downside. Weekly time frame is entered, bar number 9. Monthly time frame for this chart basically is illegible. But what's not illegible is going to take a look at the actual cash indice. And so that's what we're going to do right now. And here now we start to see some clarifying things. What are those things, Stevie? Well, the first thing is on the daily time frame, you are in bar number 7. That is letter G on my screen. That requires a lower high to confirm a top out there. So that's one thing for you should be paying attention tonight, Tram. If we get that lower high, we ought to see price pull back towards 65.43.33. I'm assuming you want to use the SOXS. So wait for a confirmation there. The weekly time frame chart is now triggered bar number 9 of a TD9 count. That will go ahead and confirm on Friday. That pattern does not complete until next Friday out there. And on the monthly time frame, we have an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. The initial price projection for the semiconductor index is somewhere around 72.33. We're at 68.47. Notice again, we are along that left side of that C to D price leg out there, Nitram. That's a bullish signal to suggest that it does more than a one-to-one area out there. But in the short term, potential top on the daily, wave number 7, needs a lower high, and the weekly has got a TD9 count pattern that's going to go ahead and confirm on Friday, complete next Friday. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We will be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
folks, we've been through all the requests out there, so that's a wonderful thing. Let's check in with the New York Stock Exchange, the Advanced Client Oscillator. That's the second panel, bottom panel on the left-hand chart out there. You're going to see the current reading is minus 12 and change out there. That tells us that it still remains below the zero threshold level. We've been below that zero threshold level for quite some time. Typically, that tells us that sellers are the ones that have an edge out there. Well, it doesn't look like they've had much of an edge. Now, they lose that edge when the spot VIX index remains below its 50-day exponential moving average. The problem is we are above it, and we've been above it for now. This will be day number 5. Now, what price did earlier this morning was it just simply ran into resistance. I've got resistance trend lines with the high from May 23rd out there. Then I'm using the high from September 2nd. Then I'm using that third touch point, the high from September 25th. And what price did today was it ran right up into that level. So what you're going to want to watch for here is, does that spot VIX index move all the way back to the 50-day exponential moving average? If it does, that ought to put some energy into the S&P 500. Of course, if it closes below that being 1619, presumably that would really put some energy in the S&P 500. So that's what's going on with regard to the spot VIX and the New York Stock Exchange Advanced Client Oscillator. Let's move over and take a look at what's going on intraday out here. See if we can pick up. Can I please check on Irene? I can. Give me a second here. We'll go back and get into this. IREN is a ticker symbol. This is for Duncan Steve. So if you give me just a moment here, IREN, let's go see what this is going to do. Never mind, no time. No, I've always got time. Let's just see if the charts are going to cooperate with us. We can pull this up. I know we can. IREN is trading out at, come on, boys and girls. I'm referring to my charts here. Come on. What the heck? There you go. 56.39. No topping signal I see on that daily time frame. The weekly time frame, come on. You're going to complete a TD9 count top on Friday. Monthly chart looks good. If we get a bearish reversal candle on the daily time frame, that'll confirm a Rhodes momentum indicator top. That would suggest a retracement back towards 49.82. The weekly chart says you could get to 36.31. We can look at this in more detail tomorrow, Duncan. Folks, thanks so much for joining me. Have a magical Monday. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on Terrific Tuesday. Take care and be safe out there.